So for question 6, it said a newspaper reported that the world market for coffee has returned to equilibrium. What is equilibrium itself? Equilibrium,
Equilibrium is I know in Arabic. توازن.
yeah, the agreement between the market forces of demand and supply. That is equilibrium. Agreement between the market forces of demand and supply. So equilibrium, the agreement between the market forces of demand and supply. So that means agreement between the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied. That is equilibrium. And I said, which situation supports this statement? A sequence of poor affairs results in shortages. B, decreased transport costs led to a surplus of supply. C, farmers matched demand by planting more coffee bushes. D, the price of coffee was fixed between producers. What makes up equilibrium there?
What I don't understand the meaning if the world market for coffee has returned to equilibrium.
They said the market for coffee has returned to equilibrium. And I told you what equilibrium is. Equilibrium is the agreement between the demand and supply. So if they said the agreement between demand and supply, that is equilibrium. So if they say the market for coffee has returned to equilibrium, what does that imply?
Okay. There is more than answers. Could be.
No, yeah, that's how economics is like. There's always different. You look at all those answers and you feel like they are all the same. Now, do you understand what equilibrium is? You first need to understand what equilibrium is. I told you.
C.
It's C. Great. That's C. Because here they said the farmers matched demand by planting more coffee bushes. So they matched demand. The farmers are not demand. They are not demand. The farmers are supply. So now the farmers, that means supply matched demand. That is equilibrium. C. I think it's clear, right?
Yes.
So question 6 is C. We move on. Now look at question 7.
Schedule for good.
They said the table shows the demand schedule for a good at different prices. So we have the price and we have the quantity demanded. It said the current market price for the good is $10. That's the price right now. The original price.
It's 10.
Yeah.
You mean 160.
For the price is so the original price, which is P1. We call it P1, okay?
Yes.
Is what? $10, right?
Yes.
Then the original quantity, that is Q1, is how much? Is how many? 160. So what happens? They said following a 20% increase in price. So there's an increase in price of 20%. What will be the change in the quantity demanded? So an increase of 20%. An increase of 20% in demand now. In price. Okay.
What's mean quantity demanded?
Well, listen, this is price elasticity of demand. The formula for price elasticity of demand is percentage change, PED, we call it PED, is equals to percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. This is the formula. So that means our PED equals to Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 divided by, are you with me here? Divided by P2 minus P1 over P1. Where,
the formula.
Yeah, this is the formula for price elasticity of demand.
Okay.
So where P1 is the original price, P2 will be change in price. This is what we are looking for now, change in price. Q1 is the original quantity, and Q2 is the change in quantity. So here the question says, following a 20% increase in price. So there's a 20%
So
increase.
the new quantity is 120.
I don't know. Yeah, we need
Yes,
to check.
because it increased by 20.
So
20% is 2 from 10.
20% is 2.
So it will be 12.
It will be 12.
12. The quantity for 12 is 120.
The quantity for 12 is 120.
Yes.
I don't think so. We need to work it out. Let's check.
So I need to follow the formula. There's
Yeah,
no
you need to
other-
follow the formula.
Okay. What's
So
the formula?
the formula is percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price.
Okay.
That is the formula.
what's the percentage?
So now what is percentage in quantity demanded? The original price is 10. They said there's a 20% increase in the price.
So it will be
So
12.
20% increase.
Yes. To me, it will be 12.
20% increase of 10. 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 2.
Yes. So
That's
it
2.
will
So
be 12.
now the new price is 12, right? Okay. So if the new price is 12, so we say we don't know Q2. Q2 is
No,
what?
we know it. 120.
How do you know? Are you sure you said an increase in price by 20%?
Yes.
Okay, so 20% is 2. 20% is 20% is okay. 20% is 2. 2 plus 10 gives you 12. Also gives 12. Let's work it out. I want to be sure about the formula now. So let's see. We have, so our original price now is, so Q2 minus, we don't know Q2. So P2, Q2 we don't know. Q2 minus Q1, what's Q1? 160 over Q1, right? 160 divided by P2. It was P2, 12 minus P1
10.
over P1, 10, right?
Yes.
So it's equals to PED. So here we have
2 over 10. 1 over 5.
Q2 minus 160 over 160 times
1 over 5.
10 over 10. 10.
Oh,
10 over 2.
2 over 10.
No, division, reciprocal.
Ah, you change
Change to
multiply.
multiplication.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have 5 here. So
1 Q times 5.
so we have Q2,
Q times 5.
Q2, that's 5 Q2 minus 5 times 160.
Wait, Q2.
This is Q2. We don't know Q2.
Ah, Q2. Okay.
5 Q2 minus 5 times 160 is what? 5 multiplied by 160.
1.
5 multiplied by 160. 5 times 0,
Ah,
0. 5 times 6, 30, 0 means the 3. 5 times 1, 5.
And you have
8. 800, right? Over 160. Equals to this. So 160 equals to 5Q2 minus 800. So you collect like them. So we have 160 plus 800 equals to 5Q2. So 800 plus 160 is what? 960. 960 divided by 5. What does that give you?
960.
divided by 5.
192.
192. Please check. They said 20% increase here. 20%, that's 120 over 100. 120 over 100. 120 divided by 100 is what? 0, 0,
1.2.
1.2.
Yes.
1.2 times 10. 1.2 times 10 is what? 12.
12.
That's the original. So if it is 12, oh yes, look at it, please. Let's go back here. If the original price is 10, are you there? If the original price is 10 and the new price 20% gives us is 2, right? 2 plus 10 is 12. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if it is 12, so that means 10 plus 2 gives us 12. So at price of 10, the original quantity was 160. Yeah, and it becomes 120. So what's the difference between them?
40.
Minus 40. It's 120 minus 160 minus 40. So the quantity decreased by 40. So the answer is B. Yeah, the quantity is 120. Yes. But what is the change? We are not talking about the quantity. We are talking about the change in quantity.
So for all of this.
Do you get it now?
Yes,
So the change in quantity is
the
minus
change in
40.
quantity when the price increased by 20%, 20%,
Yeah,
it's 2. So
it's
12 from 10 to 12 is negative 40.
40. I think it's clear. All right, then we'll go on. So that's question 7. That's 7, right? Question 7B. Now go to question 8.
Carlos has been offered a new job with a large multinational company. He's
Multinational.
undecided whether to accept the position. What is a non-wage factor he might consider?
When we talk about non-wage factors, these are factors.
Wage means
Your payments.
in the last in the month, right?
No, weekly or daily. That's wages. That what you pay me now is wage.
Wages.
Wages, okay. Now,
What
when
is
we talk
the
about
monthly?
non-wage,
What about the month?
salary.
Salary.
When we talk about non-wage factors, these are factors that does not get attached. That is not monetary. It is not monetary.
What's mean not?
Monetary means it's not money,
Ah,
but it could be equivalent.
Yes.
It's not money.
B. It could be B.
Number 8, right? Yeah, holiday entitlement. Bonus payment is financial. Overtime rate is financial because when you do overtime, you get paid for that.
Yes.
And salary level.
Bonus payment also.
So the answer is B. Holiday entitlement is a non-wage factor. We go to that's question 8, right?
Yes.
Do you want me to write non-wage factor here or it's clear?
No.
It's clear. Okay. Question
Unlike
9.
the UK and US, significant proportion of the shares on the stock exchange of China and Russia are of state-owned enterprises. Which judgment about China and Russia can be made from the information?
From this information, it said, unlike the UK and the US, a significant proportion of the shares on the stock exchange of China and Russia are of state-owned enterprise. When we talk about state-owned enterprise, it means it's controlled by government.
What?
It's controlled by government.
What is controlled by government?
That means government decides the allocation of resources. That's why they call it state-owned. It's for the public.
Okay.
It's owned by the government. So which judgment about China and Russia can be made from this information? Their distribution of income and wealth, their level of development, their stage of production, their type of economic system. We talked about the economic system the last time. I said
It's D.
The answer is D. Yeah, the answer is D. Because the economic system is trying to solve the economic question or problem.
Problems.
So the answer is D.
What is the most important factor that affects how much a family saves?
Number 9. Now we go to question 10. They said, what is the most important factor that affects how much a family saves? So what determines what you save?
Mr. C? The rate of inflation. What's mean this?
I'm going to explain each one. When we talk about income, that means the amount of money the family receives. When we talk about the level of taxation, that's what you pay in terms of taxes.
Okay.
The rate of inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is the persistent rise in the prices of goods and services in an economy. Persistent rise. Prices continue to rise. That is inflation. And the last one, the reliability of banks. We're talking about how banks provide services to you.
The most important is A.
It's A, yeah. So your income will determine your savings.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
So number 10 is A.
Table shows the change in real incomes for a number of occupations between 1985 and 2050. What can be
Calculated from the
concluded
table.
from the table?
Do you know what occupation is? Occupation occupation is any productive activity which a person engage permanently to save his productivity time. I'm going to write it anyway. Occupation. It is any productive activity.
Productive means I mean production.
Productive, yeah. Doing something. Productive activity. In which a person engage permanently to save its productivity time. Productivity time. This is occupation. Occupation is the same as job. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
All right. So now this the table shows the change in real incomes for a number of occupations between 1985 to 2015. These are the occupations and the change in the real income. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, bricklayers, bus and coach drivers, forklift, truck drivers. So what can be concluded from the table? All occupations were better off in 2015 than in 1985. No, not all, because
Yes,
there's a negative here.
From-
So A is not the answer, right? B, forklift truck drivers earned the lowest wages in 2015.
Yes.
They earned the lowest wages in 2015. How do you know? Do you know their wages? Is their wages known? No.
Okay.
So how do you know it? Because yeah, it might give you, listen, it might give you a negative percentage in the real income, but you don't know. Maybe they are earning even more than doctors. Maybe they are earning even more than accountants. We wouldn't know.
Yes.
Because we're not given the exact figure here. So it's not B. See, they said doctors have earned more than lawyers since 1985. We wouldn't know. We don't know. We only see changes in percentage. We don't know their real income.
Yes.
So D, professionals received higher percentage increase in income than manual workers. Yes. Professionals are doctors, lawyers, accountants. Professionals. We have 3 professionals here.
What do you mean professional?
Profession. Those that like working based on their degrees, based on their certificates. We have 3 professionals here.
The doctors,
the lawyers, the accountants. Yes. The rest are not professionals. Bricklayer, those that make the house. They are not professionals.
Coach, driver, forklift.
A driver, anybody could be a driver. So what we can deduce from this table is that professionals received higher percentage increase in income. The answer is what? D. Is it clear?
Yes.
So you need to check. That's how economics is like. You need to really check. So you won't make mistakes about choosing the answer. You might feel like, okay, nothing is known about their wages. How do you say it is 153%? Yeah, it could be 153%, but it might not still be up to that of an accountant.
Yes.
But here they said received higher percentage. So percentage shows, because everything about here is percentage. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's number 11, right? 11D. Go to question 12. A large bakery buys a flour mill. Which form of integration is this? A large bakery buys a flour mill.
What's mean? Buys a flour mill.
A bakery.
Bakeries.
And they buy a large flour. Where the flour is what they use in making bread.
Okay.
So there's integration here. Integration is
he
listen, there's integration. Integration means external growth. External growth.
Okay.
That means 2 or more firms are coming together. So for external growth, we have integration, which can be acquisition or merger. Are you with me?
Yes.
So I'm going to write them anyway. So integration means external growth. It means 2 or more firms are coming together.
What's mean firms?
Businesses.
Okay.
But in economics, we call them firms.
So where is the integration?
Yeah, this is a bakery is a firm. A bakery is a firm.
Yes.
The flour mill is a firm. But the flour mill manufactures the flour. They said buy a flour mill. What's a flour mill?
The flour mill is the thing used to make the bread.
The flour mill will supply. The flour mill is where they make the flour.
Yes.
That they use in producing bread.
So
There's integration here.
Yes.
But what type of integration is it? We have three types of integration. We have horizontal integration.
Which one?
Horizontal.
Like what, for example?
Horizontal means different firms coming together at the same level of production. Like a school coming together with another school. That is horizontal.
the same.
They do the same
Yes.
production, the same stage of production. Then we have vertical.
Like
Listen.
this is vertical.
No, let's just. Do you know what vertical is?
No.
Let me say what vertical is first. I told you we have three. I've only said one. Maybe it's two, maybe it's three, we don't know. So for vertical integration, it means two firms are coming together at different stage of production. In vertical, we have forward vertical, backward vertical. For forward vertical, it means you are closer to the consumer. For forward vertical, that means you are closer to the consumer.
What's the consumer?
People, customers.
Yes.
It means you in the primary sector, you are buying a firm in the secondary sector. That means you are going forward.
Yes.
Backward means a firm in the secondary sector buying over a firm in the primary sector. So we have two types of vertical there. Then we have conglomerates. Conglomerate means diversification. You are coming up with, you're joining a firm that is not even in your sector. You have diversified your business. That is conglomerate. But here, when you check out with the bakery and the flour mill, it is not horizontal because the bakery makes bread. That is manufacturing. The flour mill produces the flour. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the flour mill is in the primary sector. The bakery is in the secondary sector.
Yes.
Do you get it?
We can say also there is after the bakery.
The bakery.
Like the restaurant takes the bread to make it. Like
What?
yeah, there is like a third.
The bakery now.
Yes.
The bakery is in the secondary sector. Yes or no?
Yes.
And it's buying a flour mill, which is in the what? In the primary sector.
Yes.
So is it forward, vertical, or backward?
No, not backward. Forward.
A bakery which is in the secondary, buying a bakery is in the secondary sector,
Yes.
manufacturing or producing.
Give me example for the forward reaction.
I just said it now. I said we have two types of vertical.
I know. Forward.
We have forward
backward,
vertical,
backward.
backward vertical.
Okay.
Forward vertical means a firm in the primary sector is
I
buying.
know.
Let me finish.
I know
Please.
example.
Let me finish.
Okay.
That's an example. A firm in the primary sector buying over a firm in the secondary sector. Example of a firm in the primary sector is the farm, agriculture. That is the primary sector. Or yes, a farm that produces medicine, that produces plants that they use in producing medicine,
Yes.
is in the primary sector. A pharmaceutical company manufactures the medicine, yes or no?
Yes.
That is the secondary sector.
Okay.
So if a pharmaceutical company is buying
It's
the
backward.
farm that produces,
Backward.
that is backward vertical, which is the same case here. So here, a large bakery is a secondary sector, right?
Yes.
Is buying
Like
a flour mill, which produces flour,
vertical backward.
backward vertical or vertical backward. So the answer is what?
But I didn't understand the first one.
Conglomerate.
Yes.
I told you conglomerate means diversification. Your business is in the educational sector. You are buying a hospital. Is it the same?
No.
But you are diversifying. You are spreading your risk. That is conglomerate integration.
And the horizontal is like two
In the same
the
sector,
same-
primary and primary. Vertical, primary and secondary. Secondary and tertiary. Is it clear?
Yes.